Thank you so much for doing this.
I hope I wasn't like mean. Was I mean about anything? Who is this 57-year-old woman? She was very trailer trash. But she had like butterscotch too. Stay away from me, Susia. Keep my name out your fucking mouth. And your brother's ugly. Hate to say it. Just a fact. So you know how I fought Valentina on the stairs?
Yeah.
That second time? I was waiting for someone to wake up. I was waiting for Alicia so I could fight somebody again. So I was like, just wait. I didn't sleep. I was waiting. And they were like, the production was like, yeah, we'll take you to Chick-fil-A. We'll buy you breakfast. Like, you need to like chill. Chill. And so I was walking out to go get Chick-fil-A.
And then she came to the top of the stairs.
And then I was arguing with Alicia, which they don't show that whole part. And then, and then the beast woke up from her slumber and ran into my fist. So I'm telling you, sometimes I have to deliver these karma in this form.
And am I tripping? Or in another interview that you did you say that you were scratching her ankle and making her bleed?
Oh, well, I called my father before, and he told me if I had nails on to bite them and to like things. So I bit them and to
make them rigid. Nails. Yeah.
I made them into like coffin nails, but you know when you bite the acrylic, it's sharp.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was digging my nails into her skin.
Oh, that sounds painful. She was bleeding?
Well, yeah, but you know what? If you look at the unedited thing at the reunion, you see that I took a patch of hair from her scalp. Yeah. But look, in the first clip of that, they don't show that, but that shows you how editing could be so they can sway it either way.
That's why, I mean, that fight it looks like a ton was edited out of it.
Yeah, that was a long fight. The kitchen was a long fight. The Jen fight at the reunion was a long fight. I wish there was someone that would have been sneaky enough to record at the reunion. You know what I mean?
If I ever that's why I want to work behind production so bad. I would be like that sneaky person behind production, be like, oh shit, like
nobody would ever find out either. I wouldn't tell nobody. We'll just leak it.
Right.
For the people, for the culture.
Yeah. Some people have done that on shows, but I wish it was done more on your guys' show. So you walked away with a bite mark on your hand, and I wanted to know what was going through your mind.
Production baby go get a tetanus shot. I actually had to go to the hospital. I was there for like 6-7 hours.
Holy shit.
Production made me because it was like you see after they wiped my hand, but like it was like to where she like because when we was down, my hand was like this on her face, and I was just like boom, boom. I was trying to but like my she was smart to do that. I mean, I was squashing her face and my hand and sticking like trying to, so she bit me. Good for her. I would have done the same thing too if I was losing the fight.
That was your second fight in what, like 24 hours?
Oh yeah, no, I they had to sit down with me and Valentina. They were like, "Yo, what are we gonna do? You guys, can't keep fighting." And I said, "Well, it's gonna be on site every time." And she was like, "It's gonna be on site every time." And they had to sit us down, like have a meeting. But it's like they don't show so much.
Yeah, I was about to say they didn't record that. What the fuck?
I got in a fight like the first night or second night with like a stranger. Like I headbutted them.
Wait, can you talk about the headbutt? Was that anything like?
No, yeah. I mean, I'm sure whoever headbutted it wasn't gonna sign a release to say they got headbutted on Barros Club.
I'm surprised that they didn't show the headbutt because even though she didn't sign an appearance release form, I know how that goes. All you gotta do is blur her face out. Show the headbutt though.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I think if I was there longer, they would have had more of a storyline for me.
Yeah.
The night before when I came over with the girls, Paula and stuff. I don't know if Paula remembers this, but this girl kept spilling my drink. So after she spilled my drink, I took her drink thing and threw it at her. But that's what I'm saying. I'm out in the streets. I was wild.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I was trying to be this girl. Like I say, but like I do embrace my masculine energy, and like when I was out, I'm very protective of my friends. So it's like I was always on guard. Like you know what I mean. To the guys, I slapped the guy mad hard in the face, and then right after he bought me a drink, stuff in a drink, and because he touched my ass. I don't know why my ass was always getting grabbed. I got no ass, but he grabbed my butt. But then he bought us drinks. I think he thought he was gonna be on TV. So he was buying us mad drinks.
Yeah, groupie.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, when I went out, there was always something that was popping off out. Yeah, and that's why I remember Alicia when we were playing. Like I don't know, it was like the first or second night. But she was like, I wouldn't fight you. She was like, bitch, she was like, you are willing to hurt yourself. And that's why I think when I went to fight her, the bitch was like, nah, I'm not trying to fight you. Like, it made sense. Also, why she tried to apologize to everyone at the reunion. She was the only one like, I'm not going to apologize to nobody. Even if I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say, not like, if I value you as a friend, yeah, I'll apologize. But they weren't my friends. No one had my back.
You don't know them like that.
No, the only one that was my friend was my mother. And that's why she was she was the only mother ever allowed to go in the reunion.
Look, I mean, it's your sanity and your mental health you got to worry about.
Oh yeah, and again, I didn't need. For me, I didn't need no money. Like I didn't go into it thinking I'm gonna make my money from this show.
Yeah,
and good because they don't pay you. But so that didn't care. I was like, bye, and go back home, make some money, work, like be happy. I'm not gonna celebrate my birthday with these bum bitches. Like that was my mentality then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They was turning 23.
So Stephanie made a couple comments in her interview after the fight, claiming that you played victim because you said Valentina jumped you. I think. What did you think about when you heard that?
That girl's the fakest girl I've ever. One of the fakest females I've ever met in my life.
Stephanie.
In my life, yes, Stephanie. In the few brief interactions I had, like after the show aired, that I did a couple of premieres right after. It was one where all the bad girls were invited. I was gonna say Stephanie. The first 3 months she met me, she talking mad shit about Valentina, about how Valentina's a bum and owes her mad money. She owes her mad rent money, and she was living on her couch for months rent free. I don't even like you. We don't even like each other. Why are you telling me your friend's business?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like that's the kind of person that is. So anything after that, like she's always been basura to me. Like I don't fuck with her.
Yeah, that's a person you gotta just never.
She's always had something to say about me because I don't understand why, but yeah, she's boring.
Because I know y'all were cool beforehand.
Yeah, like the first few days right before I fought Valentina, we were cool. I for sure yelling.
And they cut it out, but they had it in the making in the mansion where you and her get into it. Over that.
I wasn't getting. That wasn't getting. If she was getting into it with somebody, good for her. But I wasn't getting into it with nobody.
But like, what was up with that?
I was unbothered. I don't know. I know my brother's girlfriend at the time called my mother or something. I don't know. And there was a phone call. It was about the phone calls, but like for me, it was like, bitch, I'm a pit bull. You a chihuahua. Like even if you bark, you know how pit bulls like.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the highlight of her season. Me, you're welcome. I gotta get my charge.
You're like, you don't want the smoke.
You don't. No, she didn't want the smoke, bro. She didn't smoke. She didn't want any of the smoke. And I mean, she was boring. She was very boring. She's that friend that when you go out, she has to like go to the guys. Like she needs guy attention because like she rather had that experience. She spent most of her time probably with Andre or whatever that guy is than to be on the show. You know what I mean? She fucked up there. Yeah. And that guy hit on every single girl the night we met him. Every single one of us he hit on, and she's still like messing. That's whack. Like he literally tried to rap to everybody, like from Alicia, everybody.
But so. The replacement photo appears. That's Jen. Did you think anything based on her picture, and did you have any intention on getting to know her?
Oh, I give everybody a chance when I first met her, and I don't like her, but she was probably the most beautiful one from the season, physically. What did
you think of Jen when meeting her in person? Do you feel like you guys would have been
like? I couldn't really get to meet her, and at that point, I was like in a zone where it was like I don't really want to deal with nobody right now. Mm-hmm. Not good timing. That's what I was saying. Like I asked the production already, like I want to leave. Like even before it came, I was like, I need to go recharge. Like I just been in math. Like I need to go. You know what I mean? So I was already like in communication with Thing. I was mad about my hair. They wouldn't let me go to CVS. I wanted to get a lot of products that I needed for my type of hair. They wouldn't let me go. So I was just like not in a good place. So when she came, like all the other girls were up her ass so much that she was distracted.
Yeah.
It was like the new popular girl transferred and they were like all like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Do you think that if by any chance she were to like come in and immediately be attracted to you and stick by your side, do you think you would have been a little bit more inclined to stay, or were you just done?
No, because after seeing her behavior, I
Mm.
probably would have ended up beefing with her. Because
Yeah.
I mean, again, I don't like Rocky, but like she clearly was jealous of Rocky because some of that behavior. And I remember production told me that there was even stuff that kind of showed that she was putting like and like taking the can, but it was like cans. Let's say this can high noon.
Yeah.
I had cigarette buzz over it. She was throwing that on her. That's terrible.
She was pouring vodka in her eyes, throwing spaghetti
Well,
on
and
her.
imagine what you're not seeing.
That,
So
yeah.
I'm not saying that this girl, whatever, there was just like certain things these girls really pushed it. Like you could tell, like, and clearly we know, clearly you weren't in a good place that you doing that to somebody, but because I'm all about you want to fight. That's that, all that extra shit. Like, that's weird. Check it.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly didn't keep up with Jen afterwards, so I don't know if she got backlash for what she did, but it was hard to watch.
But this is the thing: people pick and choose who they like based on physicalities and how they look, and this girl's pretty, and that's fine. But like that speaks volumes of you. You know what I mean? And like two things could be true at once. Like she could be a beautiful girl, but she could be a shitty person. She could put out very bad energy. She could, not be in a good place and project that. And a lot of us did that, and I'm sure, again, all of us in our lives, but you're on TV, like, and you're being watched, and you should at least try to pretend to, like, try to get along with each other first. Like, nobody even went in trying. And that's why I was like, you guys suck.
Right. Yeah, didn't try at all, honestly. So you have another, like, iconic scene with your mom, but you were actually, like, breaking down and talking about how you felt about being in the house, and she tells you that you need to come home. So I want you to tell us everything.
Well, I already had called her earlier, and I was like, yo, I want to know, I don't want to be here no more. These girls are trash.
Yeah.
And I'm like, in production's trying to get me to do this. Well, I tell my mom everything. So I'm telling my mom on the phone, like, like, I don't think I'm cut out for this. Like, I'm too real. Like, I can't. Like, it's stressing me out. Like, I'm not going to do what they say. Like, I'm telling my mom everything. So my mom already knows I'm not in a good place. So once I already called her, my mom goes to work. She worked in downtown Wall Street. So I think I called her like 4 in the morning. She wakes up at like 5. It's like 3:30 or 4. Mm-hmm. So she's alarmed. Like, oh my God, what if my daughter called me? This emergency. So Mama Bear is going to look out for me. For me, she's going to check my energy. I have BPD, which makes me extra emotional. Mm-hmm. So, like, if I'm angry, I'm more angry. If I'm crying, it's hard for me to fucking stop. I am a crybaby. Yeah. But sometimes I need my emotions checked, right? So when she kind of like was quiet, where I was like, what's going on? She kind of checked me. I remember who the fuck I was. Put my little crown back on, my little gloves, and I was like, all right, you're right. It's on the popping. Like, these girls trying to intimidate me. If you're not in a familiar place, you don't have no one to have your back. I felt very alone. It was a very alone feeling. And again, with someone with BPD, that is very hard to feel abandoned or alone or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it was not in a good place. And I was actually expressing this to production. And they said that we have this doctor on standby and still nothing. And like, they say they do the psych evaluations. And some of those girls definitely have narcissistic psychopath tendencies, and they didn't catch that. They don't want to help nobody. They wanted you to snap. Yeah. How many girls have kind of spiraled out, including myself, after that show? They don't care.
Yeah. I mean, they don't care about people's mental health as much as they want to say they do. And have a life coach in the later seasons. What did the life coach really do?
But you see how I was raised. The truth will always shine. Like, truth will always come to light. That's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, that's why I wanted to do this, because people are gonna have an idea of me. You get to know me. What's on Google? That's not me. Sorry. That's that. If you want to believe that, that's fine. But get to know me before you judge me.
Anybody that believes shit from online and what they see on TV, use that as like, oh, I know who this person is from watching 45 minutes of an episode. That's on you for being that dumb.
Yeah, like you don't know what I was going through, what I was dealing with, what I went through that day, what was said to me before, what was not aired. There's a lot with that reality TV shit. It's not real.
So tell me everything that happened that last night, like before you left with production, because I know there was a lot of shit. They didn't let you fucking leave the house. They locked the doors.
Yeah, once I like kind of told my mom I'm pretty much gonna leave, like if they don't let me leave, I'm just walking out the door. They locked the doors on me. So then when I went back to call my mom, so they locked the doors on me. The deadline of the phone. Mm-hmm. So then I was like, oh fuck that, I'm gonna go to the internet before that's gone. So then I went to the internet and I was able to email my brother's girlfriend. Like, you know how you can email a phone?
Yeah.
So I emailed her and Mama Bear was already on guard. So Mama Bear done called the popo and made some calls around because you can't hold me hostage. Right. She was like, my daughter's trying to leave. And I have cops in my family. Mm-hmm. So it's all about who you know. And I got escorted out by 3 handsome cops. And it's so funny because they were like, oh, wait, you can't leave because production has to take you out. Oh, they popped out them secret closets when the cops showed up. They popped out. Exactly. You know, they was trying to set something up. And my intuition, you're not going to play with me. Sorry. I knew what they was trying to do. I needed a fucking break. Even if I was going to fight again, I had no problem. Fight everybody.
You thought they were going to try to fight, get another fight to happen when the girls came home drunk?
Yeah. And I needed a fucking day. I didn't sleep the night before. Like, y'all can't give me a hotel. Y'all giving girls hotels for less. So you don't respect me.
You asked for a hotel?
Yeah, the whole day. That's what I was literally, when John walked in, that's what I was discussing. Like, I didn't really follow because I was communicating with production. I was like, I can't. And I didn't want to go out because I was trying to go to a hotel so I can sleep, recharge for the next day. So I'm someone, I like to stay present. I am a very forgiving person for the most part. So I was trying to just start over, start fresh, start new. They didn't want to allow that. So if you're not going to respect me, I'm not going to respect you. So me not being on the show, that was production's doing. That's their fault.
And with all that going on with production, how did you feel when it came to time for the reunion? Were you reluctant? And if so, what made you go?
I had to. They were going to sue me.
Yeah, the contract, right?
Yeah, and I was going to sue them back for defamation of character, for trying to portray me as a Caucasian, I think. I just think it's so funny. But yeah, so we were going back and forth with that. And they were really trying to win me back over. And they were like, we never let any family members go in, especially mom. But if you want, your mom can come. But I think they wanted my mom to like Papa. They wanted my mom on the screen.
Yeah, they wanted.
You know what I mean?
Camilla's situation.
Yeah. So whatever. So we went. But I was leaving. They try to act like Tanisha's like, yeah, but I was leaving early anyway. I was gonna leave whether I fought or not. It just happened that I fought, and I had to leave in 10 minutes anyway. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm not gonna come back on stage. I had a flight to catch. Valentina stopped production for so long because she had blood all over her that she had to change to do her makeup. So that pushed back filming. So I wasn't. So it kind of worked out. At least I went on with a little bit of a bang.
Yeah.
Not planned, but.
Before we get a little bit more into the reunion, I just have a question. I don't know if you watched the entire season, but after you left and all that shit happened with you in production, how do you feel about the rest of the season after you left?
I never saw like the episodes. Like I only seen like clips of like YouTube and IG.
Did you see, you saw Rocky get jumped? You saw her get...
Right, but like everybody hyped up Rocky, but I'm like, I didn't know what the hype was. I think it was cool because she was such a free spirit, but like, I mean, it was like whatever for me. Like it was just like
you saw that finale fight when Alicia snuck Rocky?
When she got drunk?
So Alicia jumped in a fight and jumped Rocky when
her... And then the other girl too, that I forgot her name.
Who else jumped Rocky?
There was another girl. I know she did.
Oh, Nancy.
Boom. See, forgettable.
Yeah.
That's so funny. But yeah, like that's the same. Like those, I'm glad that those I left because it just got worse.
Yeah.
It just got worse.
It was wild.
And I can't tell you if I would have been friends with Rocky because me and her were cool because she would like video FaceTime me, and her and Zuli were dating, and I liked Zuli, so I would like video chat them. And but when I met her in person, she was terrible human being. So
what do you mean by she was a horrible human being? You're talking about Rocky in person. What did she do in person?
Well, I don't like. Well, we're sharing the reunion. Was she was in a relationship and she's out here flashing dudes, but you're dating a girl for attention. That's one. Your mom is weird. Your mom was like, her mom was like probably wanted to be more famous. She was like very trailerish. It was like, I'm gonna get it back because my mom was like, I'm staying away from that woman. Like, just very. She was very trailer trash. I hate to say it. That's a fact. And then it's like, then I got, and that was fine, but like she literally said, I think I'm better than people. And I'm like, And I remember not liking her, and that's why I was like, I'm not gonna go sit out with them. Like, I don't want to sit with these people. Like, I don't fuck her no more, really. And then a few years later, there was like an event we were gonna do together. It was like an anti-bully event, and she wanted to charge me money to like a kid. And I thought that was ridiculous. And anyway, to me, that speaks volumes about you. Like, you did it for an agenda. You did this whole anti-bully thing, and we got at it. And then when I got in trouble and shit, you had a lot to say. But I know a lot about you. So.
Yeah. And this all happened after the reunion filming, right?
As soon as I met her at the reunion, that's when I didn't like her.
Oh, okay.
Because you get there 2 days before.
Yeah.
So like for us, they separated us. They asked me, production, hey, well, do you mind going to this hotel floor with Shannon and Rocky? Because nobody wants to room with them on that floor. And I said, I'm cool with anybody. I don't care. Just don't put me in that Valentina. So I said, I don't care. I'm cool with it. At that point, I was cool with Stephanie at that point. Cool with Paula. Alicia, I knew she wasn't going to want no smoke. I never met Nancy. I never met Jen, so I had no problem. So for me, I was just like, I don't care. But hanging out with her in the hotel and stuff and her behavior, I was like, not a fan. The things she said before we filmed, not a fan.
Weren't flying with you?
No, like she really was like, I'm about to put on for the cameras. I don't put on. I'm a real ass bitch.
Did you feel like you had to talk to Shannon about anything? I know you guys had apologized.
Oh, well, we discussed things, like we were good, but I remember getting there and Shannon and me, like we met in the hallway, the lobby, and she just hugged me and broke down crying in my arms.
Really?
And she got really close to me, my mom, dad, in those few days, and I will always respect her. You respect my mother, like, and my mom was a good judge of character, but even my mom was like, yo, that bitch Rocky, she's so fucked up. Like, they have a friend. Let me not speak on their friendship. That was just weird friendship to me. Like, I feel like more Shannon's more that girl's friend than the opposite way. You know what I mean? Even though she hypes up on social media, like, it's wild to me. Whatever.
I've peeped that a bit.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not a fan because I met her and I didn't like her. There's girls I'd never met, so I can't say nothing. When people are like, oh, what are your thoughts on this girl? I don't know because I don't know her.
And I know you said that you didn't like Rocky when meeting her, but Rocky and Shannon as a duo for the anti-bully movement, did you think that they were a good reflection of that? And how did you feel watching their entrance on stage?
About my movement that I talked to them about I told them, let's get shirts. My ideas. Yeah, it was a great idea. It was a great movement. But that's what I'm saying. That what I was trying to do, if y'all wanted to put Barbie on me, that's what they should have did. And then Bum Rush, that's what they should have done. Like at that moment. That's what I was just thinking, like, yeah, I don't care who you are. If I feel like that's fake. Like you told me one thing and now you do one thing. Like we don't align. But again, that I wasn't there to experience what they experienced. So I'm just gonna stay out of it at that point. That's how I felt. Like I'm not gonna give up. Before I had your back, but now it's like, okay, well, you're just as bad as them, so you handle it yourself.
I admired the fact that you did that you were like, look, I was on your side, but I saw this, so guess what? Now
that's what I'm saying. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Am I right? Like, why? That's not that hard of a concept.
You walked in that house alone and you walked into that reunion alone.
Well, I walked with my mama. I walked in with my mama, walked out with my mama.
And they didn't even they didn't bring you out till like part 3 of the reunion.
They
And
had me locked up in a fucking room
long?
with Red Bulls and Tito's vodka for like 2 hours and 40 minutes. No cap, no lie. I might be exaggerating, maybe 2 hours and 15 minutes, but like a 2.5 hour range in a room by myself where I can't open it, I can't leave. I could barely hear what's going on. I kind of hear what's going on.
Did you get drunk while you were back there?
Yeah, so I came out and I was like, yo, you're not gonna do this on and pop. Everybody.
Mm.
You know how that is, like, you know?
Yeah.
And I was so over that fucking show as is. So I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
And the way they treated us from up until the reunion, how cheap they were. Like, my mom's the one, like, when they recorded us at the reunion, like, eating pizza and stuff, like me, Shannon, and Rocky, my mom bought that. My mom bought our drinks. They couldn't even buy. I was like, yo, it's 1 o'clock. We're starving. Are you going to buy us food? Like, the fuck? Yeah.
They couldn't even buy y'all a pizza. Your mom had to buy that? They should be ashamed.
They filmed it, though.
That is ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. That, like, I was fed up with the show. So, like, anything that was going to be tied to that show that you're going to represent that show, man, you're probably not going to, like, we're not going to align. We're going to clash.
And I know you got frustrated with Shannon and Rocky for rushing Valentina, and you and Tanisha started to butt heads. So what happened between you two?
Tanisha's actually mad cool when I met her in real life. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Mad cool. Mad authentic. But I think even she has to put on a little, 11. Sorry. Even she has to put on for the cameras a little bit, I'm sure. But she's like a franchise of the show. You feel me? Like, she's done a little bit more. But yeah, if I don't give a fuck if you're the Pope. Like, you're not going to talk to me no which way, no how.
Yeah. Did you guys have any exchange after that? Like, did you like?
I know when we met in person, she was actually really nice to me, and like she was like, "Yo, I hope we're cool," and I was like, "Yeah," because Flo had invited me to our birthday, and I had a great time with her. She was really nice. The one time I like hung out with her, it was years ago, but she was nice.
I mean, I guess it's different when you're filming a show. I feel like cameras will always change someone's personality.
No, she was pretty much like how I thought. She was pretty much what she is.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, she was, beautiful. She was to the T. I remember Flo was like super late, so it was like kind of weird. Like we kind of had to because we were the only ones invited, and it was in the Bronx. But she was like really, really cool. We had fun. I don't have nothing bad to say about her. But I don't care who you are. You're not going to talk to me like that unless you're my mother. Then I'll stay quiet.
And I wanted to know how. I mean, I kind of already know, but maybe not everybody understands how you really felt about Jen and what about her rubbed you the wrong way during that.
I had nothing. I thought she was cool. We and her definitely. I remember exchanging like Instagram comments to each other, like hyping each other up, like before the show. I thought I was gonna be cooler because remember she was cool with Paula and I was cool with Paula. I went to the show. But I was raised, I got this imaginary square box, and if you cross that line, I'm gonna have to punch you in your face. So, and people talk mad shit about me, like, oh, why'd you care? I didn't care necessarily about her. I said what I said. Because for me, I don't know how people pick and choose and have selective hearing. She said that girl deserves to be bullied, admitting that she was bullying. All I said was, no, that's not okay. And she wanted to pop off in my face. Because guess what happens when people call you out on your dark? You get mad and you get defensive. So I talk with my hands too, but I try to be conscious when I'm speaking to people to keep my hands here. I already asked, she popped up. So in that moment, I had no problem with her. My problem was to get your hands out of my fucking face.
And the fans, I think, agree that is one of the best reunion fights of the franchise.
Yeah, and it would have been even better if they showed me whipping that ass unedited, but I guess they wanted to make her look good since she won the All-Star, and they couldn't air the All-Star after her winning 2 weeks to the show, her getting her ass beat by me. They couldn't do that. So they tried to make it even, but no, I was okay. She was crying supposedly.
Wait, you said unedited. So I know we've talked about this. I know you said the couch part when you guys
that whole part. I was on her for a while, and you gotta understand, I left. The only time she actually hit me, really, like, because you can get hit, but if my hands are this big and your hands are this big, and your hits are not connected, like even if they connect, it doesn't do nothing. Like I know I'm gonna connect, but my whole thing is People don't realize I ran back. I probably should have just left because all the big ass security was on stage. She only got me like, well, hit me here. Where I give it to her. I felt I was like, damn, she hit me, but I had no bump, no bruises, no nothing. Okay, I walked away dancing. That was cool. I was happy. I got ice cream at the airport before I went to New York. Like, I was happy. Now, I was upset because I was so mad at the security. Like, I felt like they allowed that to happen. First of all, why do you need 5 or 6 security on me and her? We're not that big female. We're not big females. We need 6 big ass security.
Right.
But yeah, they're not. That couch, I was on top of her. Do you see that? You could barely see it, but yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I think you told me when we were talking like back in the day that was like a whole nother round.
Yeah, it was a long fight. That was a long one.
Holy shit.
Because you know, a fight could be 5 seconds. It could be 45 seconds. I mean, that's a long fight.
Right.
But again, they're not going to show it. They're not going to show it. They had to make her look good. And she still don't look like she won. So, I mean, don't look like she got ass beat, but don't look like she won. So is she really an all-star?
Ooh. I mean, it was fun to watch, but I know, like you said, they I guess production wants to have their excuse as, oh, we can't show it because it's too early on in the day or early on in the week, whatever. Like,
well, I'm not gonna lie, I think they didn't even consider me for the redemption because after the All-Star, I started airing all their business out. I wish I would have saved the emails from them.
It's annoying, yeah. I guess that's how production is. The second that like you try to air their stuff out, or I think maybe because you want.
Why you think they haven't aired certain girls? They only use certain girls. Yeah. Those other girls, that are more popular, but you will never see them again.
Mm-hmm. And okay, so now I want to jump back to what we were talking about before. How you said that you had been dating someone. I know you probably don't want to hear that name. But I want to know, how did that relationship start and how
he's disgusting human being, and that's all I have to say about him.
If you had one thing to say to him now, what would it be?
He knows. Karma.
So he's just a terrible person, piece of shit.
So you know the girl that passed away from the season after me?
Yeah.
And rest her soul. Mm-hmm. I gotta talk to her briefly, because she started messing around with him. And me and him were still friends afterwards. But the kind of stuff that he's around and kind of those kind of men, those are the kind of men you don't take your drink from.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, he's a toxic person. And I just know for a fact that he supplied that girl with certain things. So I'm just saying, like, this guy has a pattern. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So we're not giving him any more time of day from this interview.
And it took me years, but I contacted him like 6 months ago after I was going through trauma therapy, and I ripped him and I was like, don't ever fucking contact me. I'm going to air out what you fucking did. So maybe one day I'll be able to speak my truth. But for me, forgiving and not judging myself, but like I can still be mad about allowing someone like that to have any of my energy. But yeah, I mean, I dated him because I felt bad. I wasn't even attracted to him. So that's why I'm saying, you know what, people, don't ever settle for less, because I settled for a more unattractive guy. I didn't even like it. He still sucked and played my ass. So next.
It's unfortunate. I'm just glad that you got away from it and you walked away with your dignity and your respect, and you know how to treat yourself properly.
Oh, yeah. I mean, trust me, I've dealt with my share of shitty men in my 20s, but, you know, I've learned from it, and that's why I'm so about women and empowering women. It's just like, you know what I mean? Because for me, I find a safe haven with women. So I never understood when women want to be in competition, or they just don't give someone a chance because they're pretty, and you know what I mean? You know how it could be. Like, they're, you know, stereotypes are there for a reason.
Yeah. And I know you are pretty against this show, of course, rightfully so. But I wanted to know if you had watched any of the others following 7 seasons after yours, what your thoughts were on that. And did you keep up? Did any of the girls stand out in a good or bad way?
I talked to one of the girls. I was actually kind of like flirting and like talking to one of the girls on the season 11. I don't remember her name, but she like sent me some pictures and stuff like that. Yeah, she was like one of like the harder looking lesbians, but I don't think she behaved too.
Teresa?
No, it was after me. Shit. I'm not good at remembering these girls' names.
What's she look like?
She had tattoos. She had short hair on the show.
That's Teresa.
No. She
Sure.
was real hot. That was a girl with the fixies. She was more of like a butchy.
Cat.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Bam. Shout out to her. This is years ago. I don't know if you remember me. No. No disrespect, but this is years ago. Like I was talking to her, but like I didn't see her, and then I saw some clips, and I was like, "Oh, you're trash." Blocked. So it was, like I never like I hate to say this, but I found most of any clips I viewed have been on Instagram.
Have you seen her?
I'm sure she was beautiful.
She did like a 180. She is so fucking pretty.
So listen, and again, like me and her actually talked. We talked of like we were texting, we were called, we were FaceTime. I know she had a struggle past, you know what I mean? So I'm happy to hear that. But yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? People try to play me like I ain't cute, like I get boys, girl, I get everything.
Yeah, because you know she was a little bit more masculine, but she has like turned.
But I like that look. I like that because I like masculine men. I like so like for me, I like that she was both. Mm-hmm. But like that season was wild. I think they peed on somebody, or somebody's clothes. Did they pee on somebody or their clothes?
Girl, they like peed in the toilet, not in the tub, with all their bags.
They said, "I'm gonna take your hot pocket and dirty water and one up it."
Right.
No, that's terrible. That's what I'm saying. Like the more I heard about these seasons, I was more like turned away. And then I was excited about the season with Dream Doll because I heard she was from the Bronx, and then she ended up being trash for like picking on a little girl. And then I ended up talking shit because my friend was doing her premiere party, was getting all the girls from New York to go. And like she got like beat up or something at the strip club the night before. And I seen the show, so I put her business out there. And then he didn't have my back. I was like, "You're gonna make me look stupid. Let me see the pictures that she sent you with her black eye." And then she pretty much, her followers are like, "You're lying. You're jealous. She's pretty. You're jealous." Yeah, she is fucking gorgeous, but no, she sucks. I mean, I'm from the Bronx. You don't jump people.
Yeah.
I could say a girl's beautiful. I could think that could be a fact, but like I could also have my feelings and my opinions. You know what I'm saying? And usually I base it off of something factual.
Right.
But after that, I was really done with it. So I haven't followed. I don't know any of these girls. Like I never really watched it. I didn't care. After I left, like why do I care?
So do you think Bad Girls Club being canceled was for the better?
Yeah.
Does any part of you wish that it was still running, or you're glad that it's done?
It was never even on a real network. Like, we wasn't even good enough to be on VH1. MTV, come on. Like, we're gonna humble down.
It is true, but y'all's show did get a...
I get stopped now still sometimes, and I laugh because it's always like, "Oh, you look like or you sound like," and I'm like, "Oh, I do." But it's like it's humbling. But it's like crazy to me to think that. I don't know. To me, I've met these girls. I don't see nothing special. Like I see special people in the street every day. It's the same shit to me. Like no one's better than anybody. But that's how I went in. And then I realized that's not really how people view things in that world. And I was like, this is not for me. I gotta go. You know what I mean? Like I be seeing clips and I'm like, who are these? Like who are these people? And a lot of these girls are beautiful. A lot of them look the same too.
A lot of people can be beautiful on the outside and be...
Okay, so I don't mean to throw no shade, but I'm gonna do it. I don't care if she comes to me. What did that girl Sarah do to her face? She looks like Little Kim, the equivalent. Like you know how like she went wild. That girl was beautiful. What did she do? I'm just saying, y'all wrong. I'm gonna talk to other bad girls out there. Y'all wrong for not saying something to her. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. A real friend would try to make sure you look beautiful, you enhance your beauty. Not she looks crazy.
A lot of these girls are doing a lot of surgery. That's unnecessary.
Yeah, but when I saw the clip, I was like, who is this 57-year-old woman?
Not 57.
I'm just saying, but and the few clips I've seen, she's so negative and other ones, so I don't feel bad saying this, but I'm just saying like beauty is an eye of the beholder. I'm just saying like everyone's trying to look the same so much, and like especially like just embrace what you have, girl.
Yeah.
Like, you're a white woman. Just embrace.
I know. Like if so many of them are just naturally pretty, just keep it that way.
Yeah. Hey, you want to bump a little lip, go ahead. But like, you don't want your face to change. You want to enhance your beauty. You don't want to alter your face, like change the whole thing. But anyway, yeah. I thought that was funny when people were like doing OnlyFans,
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, or OnlyFans. I don't know
I'll
how
pay
to
for
do
an
it.
OnlyFans.
No, and I'm sure that girls got their coins for that, but I'm like, yeah, really, that was something y'all want to promote and be a part. Like that just sounds terrible to me.
Yeah. On the topic of Sarah, and you kind of touched on it a little bit before, so I think you might be keeping up. Have you seen the shit that's been going on with Natalie and Sarah?
Okay, the only reason I keep up with this is because I had to say with my bestie. He thought he I'm not like he's a fan, so he'll feel me. I'm like, and I'm like, honestly, at the end of the day, if that's true, I'm gonna judge that situation. But I never met these people. And if I could judge it hypothetically, but I don't know because I know how shit works. And I know for a fact I've seen another two arguing where I know one girl sounds so truthful, but I know she's lying through her teeth. But it's not my place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I know things. I've heard things about other girls on other seasons from people they work with that I become friends with. I'm like, that's wild.
Yeah, because there's like some audio clips getting leaked and some pictures getting leaked, nudes getting leaked.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, these are what these people are doing to each other. That's terrible. And that's what y'all want to support. That's fine, but like, if we're gonna really support, if we're gonna be negative and shit, do a bad girls club like boxing shit. I'll support that. I'll be about that.
That would be
Purge
fun.
out your negativity. Purge it out. Purge out your negativity.
Right.
Like, I'm for that. Like, we're gonna try to ruin people's lives.
Exactly.
Nah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you're supposed to be mothers, half of them, and like grown. Like, elevate yourself. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. All right. I want to talk about more positive stuff for a second. You touched on your music. I want you to talk about your music a little bit.
Oh, that's coming soon. I like a lot of like different music. I went through like every stage you can think of, but definitely it's like more alternative New York rap ish with like it is a very different sound. So I'm sure it's not gonna be super popular with everyone, but like I believe, I hate to compare, but like I believe my words will be a little more conscious and funny and yeah, a little more lighthearted, stoner kind of shit. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I talk petty shit and I talk freaky shit too. But yeah, I'm gonna start using my social media more, but just to promote my art and my music and all that. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I might not have a huge following, I might not ever have one, but I know I have a quality following, and it's the kind I want. You know what I mean? I don't want to just have people hit me up for Bad Girls Club. Like, if you support me. Support me. If you want to see what I'm doing, see what I'm doing. If you want me to make you laugh, come follow me.
Yeah.
But if you want to ask me about something I never really align with, I experienced, I can only talk to you about my experience. Am I going to do anything else with that? No. The only thing I would ever do is like, I'll do some like Logan Paul, like I'll be Conor McGregor, like type of shit like that. I would be happy to do that for like a charity. Anybody.
Okay.
And that's the only thing I would ever do. So if they ever do something like that, please count me in. Please count me in.
Yes. Okay. Ooh, we gotta set that up.
I just say, didn't they used to do that? What happened? When did we get soft? When did we get about leaking and doing virtual hacks and talking? When did we forget how to be real like bad girls?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about so I love to freestyle. That's that. I mean, I have videos, but like I think I'm dropping a song and some freestyle clips this week. So, but I'm gonna use my TikTok for that and just kind of share it on my story on IG.
Okay, good.
I'll keep you posted.
Good. I'm excited and looking forward to that. And that's something for the fans now to look forward to.
Yeah. So imagine like Cher meets Foxy Brown meets like Lil Peep meets like Empire of the Sun on
now I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this.
Boom. Yeah. So just right now, it's like I'm just like looking for more beats for my sound. But when it comes to like freestyling over beats, and that's the one thing I think that sets me apart from other female rappers that are rapping or do music. And I don't knock them.
Yeah.
But like, can you battle me? Can we freestyle?
Yeah. But not only that, like,
can you go off the top? Can you go off the dome? I don't know.
And can you talk about anything other than pussy and dick?
And I talk about my bomb pussy too, but I talk about my chakras being cleansed. I talk about fucking the system. Like, I like to be a very like conscious. I like to bring awareness that we really are living in a fucking simulation, a matrix of some sort. Like I am going to use my truth, my experience, my words, and I like to use humor doing so with my music. But I've always been writing poetry, spoken word. I went to art school, like so. This is not something that's new to me. It's just I feel finally comfortable to like
Express
share it. Yeah. And the more I
Good.
do share it, or I go to a drum circle or a spoken word and freestyle, that I get such good feedback. It feeds my ego and it helps me be confident. So
Yeah.
now I'm at the point where even if you don't like my shit, I'm still fire. Go somewhere.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I can handle that feedback where I don't think I would have been before. So it's all about timing, divine timing. Because when I was trying to do this before, it wasn't the best timing for me. I wasn't in the best place. So hopefully people like it. Hopefully you follow my TikToky and you listen to my music and you like bop to it and yeah.
Okay, so I at least better get like a snippet or something in my DMs with your music because I want to hear something. I'm sure everybody will tune in.
Yeah. When I was ready to put my music out, I got arrested on TMZ, so it wasn't good timing.
And I do want to bring another thing up that if you're open to speaking about it, but it came up briefly and people were speaking, but I want to know facts. I want it to come from you if you're willing to open up about the TMZ facing your arrests. Like,
Yeah, those motherfuckers are lying. They like to. That's why I don't even believe what I'm Team Kanye because I know for a fact they're lying motherfuckers. Sorry. Why don't they follow up and do a follow up story about how? I'm sorry. I'm just saying like you can't just go with allegations and say something about someone and put that out there without facts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of facts were twisted. Thank God I was able to financially afford an amazing lawyer, get camera footage, get the phone, everything. So this whole story that from the phone and the footage is completely different from what was said on TMZ headlines. First of all, people should have thought it was suspect when they didn't even have my picture up on TMZ. They had a whole nother bag girl. It wasn't even me. Like
I noticed that.
So I only got a misdemeanor battery charge for fighting. Everything else was dropped. And that was the worst experience of my life. First of all, I ran from the cops because I know better. I'm for fighting, I run. But these girls were antagonizing me. I'm at the beach. It's St. Patty's Day. I was drinking. My top fell off because I was at the beach. So it wasn't like my top was just off. But running, I got tackled by a pedestrian. Yes. It don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. So it tackles me. The cops beat my ass up. I got bruises. I mean, I don't know. The next, like when I got out, I went and we went to the hospital and we didn't tell them I got arrested. I just said I got a fight so I can get everything on paper, all the bruises, the fractures, whatever. They lost my paperwork. They wouldn't give me a phone call. So like my mugshot is terrible. That's the only thing I regret. But I was talking shit. I was like, fuck you, suck my spiritual dick, bitch. And I'm going off. They threatened to tase me. They wouldn't give me toilet paper. I was treated. The system is really fucked up.
Yeah.
The system is really fucked up. Okay? Fucked up. So, but again, my mama, she is. My father flies my uncle down who's a cop. He comes down. They lose my paper. First of all, they made me ride in a cop car for 45 minutes topless. You're supposed to blanket me with male cops. Walk me into a co-ed jail topless. When they picked me up, they gave me a shirt and pretended that was my shirt. It was a wild, fucked up situation. And all I'm gonna say, like, no one deserves to be treated like an animal.
I was literally gonna say that.
But yeah, like the all that was I got in a fight. If I wanted to hook up with somebody, I'm a consenting adult, and guess what? That was my man. Exactly. And my car was right there, and his apartment was right there. I'm good. And guess what? Your girl is a freak. Yeah, but guess what? What I got charged for was fighting. Everything I misconstrued because I was topless, which I could understand, but clearly people trying to record me and stuff people don't put two and two together. Those are the people I was fighting. Like, hello.
And TMZ isn't really the most credible source.
And you know who I would fight? What's that stupid, dumb, trash human being? I don't even know. He might be one of them reptilian things. Perez. all he does for a living is try to ruin people's life and talk shit because he wanted to. And first of all, I didn't know it was a reality star. It says reality star, Nicky Park. Bitch, I'm broke. What you mean reality star? I was so confused when the headlines went up. I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what the fuck, like shit. But like he had a lot to say, post and thing, and I'm just thinking like, what if I actually was like on social media and the things like, why was I targeted? Like, why was that even a thing? It didn't make no sense to me. Yeah, and I know things other girls have done. And guess what? The way it was publicized wasn't demonized the way I was demonized.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was slut shamed. I was mentally health shamed when I told people what was really going on. All the time I was shamed. So fuck everybody that shamed me. Kiss my ass.
So stupid. You were slut shamed for what? For a headline that was false that came out about.
But even if it was, guess what? Even if it was, my family thought that was funny because guess what? We're very open. But if I was with someone and I have, guess what? I'm a consenting adult.
Not only that, he was your boyfriend. Like, but
exactly. Right. And it even said that. But so I'm saying like there was actually girls caught for prostitution.
Yeah.
But we're gonna love them and hype them up.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm very confused about this
hypocrites
agenda and what people want to find. That's why I've always been kind of turned away from social media because I'm not what they want. But then I realized, you know what? I'm gonna be myself and put it out there. But like, it was hard not to compare myself to them because I was being compared, and that's the honest truth. I was constantly being compared, and that made me feel bad. I was being ranked great personality, ugliest bad girl.
Fuck.
Like, that's terrible. So that affected me. Me. So why be on social media? Bye. I'm cool in real life. Bye.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But as the years come and phones really are an extension of ourselves, I can use it in a way to where it is a positive thing. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if I'm going to speak about that show, it is a negative show. So I might speak negative. I'm going to speak my truth. It was a negative experience. I have negative feelings about it.
Yeah, look, social media is ridiculous, and that's why I say so many times to you that I completely understand when you separate from that. And I'm like, oh, like joking around, like, oh, you disappeared, I have to track you down, but you have to do that for yourself because of what people are saying.
A cookie jar.
You're like, I need some more.
So I'm just relaxing. This is like my shot or my glass of wine. You know what I'm saying?
Girl,
proceed.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're doing better. But I did want to talk about a couple more things because I want this to be another opportunity for the fans to understand you more. And you talked about your BPD and like your anxiety and stuff.
Yeah, and let me tell you, if you have anyone that you know that has any kind of mood disorder, mental illness, read up, learn about it, because it's so hard for anyone to just be vulnerable. And sometimes we project onto our friends and our family and the ones we love. We truly do. But I know with BPD, that's a mood disorder. It's very hard to diagnose. 1 in 6 people that are diagnosed end up committing suicide. Usually there's a lot of co-occurring things with it. For me, it's ADHD, it's PTSD. For me, it's been very hard to manage relationships, jobs. And not that I'm not very smart or whatever. It's just a lot of feelings of low self-worth. But again, like BPD is the onset is like trauma. So like I was born sensitive and things unfortunately in my life occurred to where I having BPD where most people are here, my feelings are here. Yeah. So they're going to overflow if something happens to me. The same thing here, it's going to overflow here. So I try to tell people borderline personality disorder, just like everything for me. I'm high functioning, I say. I'm on the spectrum. It's like if I'm happy, I'm extra happy. If I'm passionate, I'm extra passionate. If I'm horny, I'm extra horny. Everything is just like on 10.
Yeah.
But the emotions, what I feel, the sensitivity. And it's crazy because I've read years trying to figure this out. And the one treatment for it is dialectical behavior therapy. So that's a suggestion. But in the United States, no insurance takes it. It's out of pocket.
Really? Oh, so out of pocket.
Out of pocket. I've paid thousands of dollars for treatment to work on myself. But if you go to Canada, that shit is free. So for me, that's why I'm so about plant-based everything. I do a lot of research, but that's why I don't speak loosely on mental illness, and I don't like people throwing around words and titles because there's a stigma attached that I live with all the time. So, and I know other people that have messaged me or just have met, because most people go through something. Even if you don't have a mental illness, you probably have been through depression or been through something, you know? And it's just like, it's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to talk about it. But I know being Hispanic and in other communities wasn't hard. It was very hard for me to come out about how I was feeling. And then I would surround myself around people that instead of these friends, instead of them trying to encourage positive behavior, bad girls and stuff, they were encouraged to, oh, drink, fight, do all that. You understand? So as I say, please be careful with your energy and all that. And that's why I am the way I am. Yes, I am very aggressive, but at the end of the day, I am a people out. But I want to be pet. I want to be loved. I want to get along with everybody. You know what I mean? But because of how I am, my emotions, I got to be careful where I'm at because I get affected. Like I think I've went to like 7 or 8 different colleges. I don't have a degree. I've always got A's and B's. Mm-hmm. Think about the thousands I've spent. Like, you know what I mean? Jobs. Like, I've traveled. I've moved. I've spent. So it's hard. And I have a sister that has a stepsister that has bipolar. I've seen her struggle, and it's just like when I hear people throw these terms, like, oh, I think these bad girls maybe had a case of a mood disorder. Bitch, if you had one, you would know because your life would be very fucking hard, and you wouldn't be casually talking about it like this.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. And I'm not saying you haven't been suicidal or had ideation. I'm not taking away from your trauma. I'm not comparing. But what we're not going to do is going to have a platform that large and throw around words that add to stigma. We're not going to do that. I'm not okay with that.
Yeah. And on top of that, every single person deals with, even if they don't have an illness, but if they do, deals with that and copes with that their own way. Yeah. So I don't even like when people try to compare, like, oh, I have this too, you know, but it's not that big of a deal for me. That's cool, but it's a big deal for me because of what I've gone through.
That's what I'm saying. Speak, like, because it was, I think, Stephanie said something very generic and it bothered me. It tricked me, and that's me. I have to check my ego, but it's like, speak for yourself. Speak about your truth. Speak about your truth. Yeah, because I'm sure, and I hate to say this, but being a dancer so young, you've been through some trauma. And I'm not taking away from that, but to speak for yourself.
Right.
Okay? Because imagine going through that trauma and having BPD.
Right.
I don't think you can because you can't. Mm-hmm. So instead of throwing that shit around, why don't you ask somebody, and especially talk shit about me when I came out with it. I had a problem with that because for me, I had nobody. When I think the first person that came out with borderline personality disorder was Pete Davidson, and that was like the first celebrity. I was like, oh my God. Like, okay, I could be open with this, you know, because it's very demonized.
Yeah.
So it's like people with bipolar, like it's demonized. It really is.
Yeah.
You don't want to tell people this.
I mean, I'm hoping that hopefully there aren't many people that, you know, follow us that have the same disorder, going through something similar, God forbid. But if there are, this might be a good thing if you're
listen,
people
and
that reach out to you.
Something I plan to share more on because I've been through BPD recovery and I'm in a place like literally the place that I got my DBT treatment. I tried to go back just as an alumni and they were like, you're too good. Like you want to come speak, you could come speak. I'm very well balanced. I manage my life. It doesn't mean that BPD doesn't affect my life. It means I can manage my emotions. And that was also a lot of spiritual work. That was also learning to use a lot of plant-based microdosing. That was meditation. That was not drinking for almost a year. That was not smoking cannabis. That was a lot of exercise. It was a lot of work. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I love when someone says their growth. I don't need to brag about my growth and post it. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like that's so fake. And then those are the same girls, the one doing that I know are still lost or doing drugs or being petty and like, and again, I just fought the other day. Doesn't mean like you're not going to fight and sometimes be human and go through things. But if you're going to use your platform to promote fake spirituality and fake growth, that made me feel like, you know, maybe it's time for me to share my truth.
Talking about somebody specifically? I think I know who you're
Oh,
talking about.
there's a lot of them, and it's so funny because like I said something like super. There's a lot of them, and everybody started name dropping. I was like in the comments, I was like, "But y'all the ones saying the names. I'm not, because those were not even one. Not even one. The only one I think that was hilarious was Flo.
That's what I was thinking of.
Oh no, that one had me fucking dying. When she was like doing the tarot card reading, where it was like, "Oh, you're still a stupid bitch," or like a hating ass, whatever. I'm like, you cannot use a divination tool, a spiritual tool like that to do nigga. That was actually very bad. Like it gave me the heebie-jeebies. Like, and I'm like, that's what's bad. Like, why is she doing it? But it was fun.
I was cracking up.
And that's what she. Now I do not agree with her charging over $100 for a tarot card. That's fucking wild.
Oh, I didn't know
I know
that.
true readers that is pay what you can. I know true readers free. I know that's not true reading. I'm sorry. And I grew up with an aunt that does that. Like I grew up with. That's not no. So for me, it's like, okay, be careful who you guys are supporting.
Yeah.
Because you're getting messages, but you don't know where the messages are actually really coming from. You feel me?
Maybe the devil.
No, I'm not saying, but there are different. This is a proven thing. There's a spiritual science. There are entities. There's energies. There is bad things out there. You're the same way you're opening your energies up to good energy. You can, if you're not aligned, if you're not using all your protection, your souls, whatever, that's a real shit. You could be inviting some shitty energy. So how you know that message is from this and not from this?
Right.
You really are not connected to this person that's overcharging you and has an agenda and is doing it with a motive. And I'm speaking for anyone on this spiritual like trend on TikTok or IG, because I know you've seen it.
Oh yeah.
So that's just a general thing. But I mean, it's more for me like the people that want to be the life coaches and want to promote like, oh, I can help you. No, you can't. Go help yourself. Go help yourself.
Right.
That's what I have a problem with.
Yeah. No, I mean rightfully so.
And again, I hate that it bothers me, but it bothers me because it's just like, if y'all want to listen to some real shit, I'll open up your fucking third eye real quick. Be my friend. Follow me.
So I'm hoping that actually, I mean, it might be a good thing that people will message you and talk to you about stuff that they've gone through, because what you've been through might help others. It really will.
Well, so, I want every man and woman to know that you are perfect. Nobody can heal you but you. No man or woman should ever put their hands on you, should ever ghost you, should ever gaslight you. No one should ever make you feel less than. And if that's what you're going through, please reach out to someone for help. If you feel lost, if you feel lonely, if you have ideation, reach out to somebody. Even a stranger, because sometimes the strangers are the ones that will help you. Sometimes the closest ones to you are the ones affecting you. And that's why you feel stuck. So that's why that's why I want to open my platform up, because I know for me, what has saved me was people that were outside my circle, because I'm the kind of person where I'm just going to laugh and no one's going to know what I'm going through. So for me, I found certain people on the interwebs and I was able to connect. So that's what I'm saying. Social media can be used positively. And that's what I'm going to try to do with this. So just know if anyone's going to die, hit your bitch up, because I've felt like that too.
Okay, good.
And life is too beautiful to give up on. Period. The aliens are coming soon. We got to see them first.
Yeah. No, seriously. And another thing on that topic, and you and I had talked about it a little bit, and you can totally say no to this, but I know you said you're an open book, and also will be another thing that could help other people. I know you said you were in an abusive relationship. Are you willing to how you got through that shit? Because I know that could not have been easy.
So, it was very, very hard. It took me about a year and a lot of therapy. I was at someone to where, I mean, I could have lost my life on a few occasions, where I'm talking about bad physical abuse, and I don't need to get into details, but I felt guilty. I felt shame of myself because I wasn't raised like that. I'm a smart girl. I work, I go to school, I do. Why do I deserve, like, I was allowed a lot of cheating. I didn't want to get him in trouble with the law. You know what I mean? I don't want to call the cops. I don't want to do none of that. But unfortunately, I have to be accountable that I stayed. I'm not saying that I deserved that, but when I finally snapped out of it, and I was pushing friends away, pushing loved ones away. When it got so bad that I finally snapped out of it, and it got so bad. Sometimes God and the universe makes things happen to where you have to leave because you are protected, and I am blessed. And leaving that, I was able to get my mental health better. So with that said, me being in this very long-term on and off relationship, not even the first one, I've had 2 or 3 boyfriends before him, same kind of pattern. This one was just really bad in the last one, but when you with the wrong person, they will hinder your growth. My skin was worse, my hair, my nails. I look older then 5 years ago than I do now.
That's crazy. I've seen that happen with people. And I'm assuming that he was manipulative to the point where he
very bad. And so someone with borderline personality disorder, unfortunately, and this is something that happens, we tend to attract narcissists. And so there's a big codependency there and a lot of abandonment. And so it's like after the TMZ incident, which occurred on a break with him dating someone else, because I found out he cheated on me with like 50 women, found videos of it after 4 years. I was drinking a lot. Again, I was in a bad place. But guess what? I went back to him. And that's when the physical abuse started. But I felt at that point with what man was going to talk to me? I'm tainted. You can't Google me. I want to die. I wanted to kill myself. God forgive me for even thinking that or saying that, but that's how bad that TMZ situation was. So, what you did on social media? Because I wanted to die.
Yeah, right.
60, 70,000 followers was a shit to me. I'm looking good.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I went back to this situation and it was good for a while, but he would physically hurt me and then make it up to me by love bombing. And I'm not sure if you guys know what love bombing is, but I mean, sometimes our parents do that to us. They love bomb our friend. Like they disappear and they come and you're the best friend. So just know relationships, jobs, friendships, if it doesn't serve your highest purpose and elevate you and it fucks with your peace, it's not worth it. Money can always be made. Know that. Money can always be made. You can always find a friend. The world is a big place. If not, go get a dog or a fish or a hermit crab. You already know. Go get something. Like
it takes a lot of strength to get out of that situation because I know friends that have been in there. Thank God they've gotten out as well. There are a lot of people in this world that cannot get out of that and end up dead.
I woke up a couple of times from having a seizure from being choked. Woke up from being blacked out, bloody head, left on the side of the road. He totaled my car. I got arrested for him. Girls harassed me. I lost jobs for him. That's what I'm saying. Like, so that was a lot of the time when I was gone. But it's like people want to talk shit. But guess what I did after that? I took time to get to a good place. So
good.
I don't care about social media, but if I don't have anything to say, why be on it? So I have a lot to say now. I have a lot of truth. I'm in a good place, so if people want to know about Nicky and still talk shit about Nicky, I'm going to tell you about Nicky.
Exactly.
I'm not going to tell you about Google. I'm going to tell you about Nicky because 3-4 days on a show, an idea of Nicky, that's not me. Because like people that like the idea of Bad Girls Club Nicky, they get a rude awakening.
And they're
basically a very chill, calm person.
They see from 10 years ago when you don't know what the hell I've been through.
Yeah, I hang out with them and they think I'm like, but no, even back then, like I could be wild, but I've always been more of a stoner, like I stay home, do art, whatever. And it's like girls meet me and they want, I'm like, bro, that was like 8 years ago. I'm not Nicky from the Bad Girls Club. It's like this one girl I was hanging out recently, she had this idea in me, and I was like, I don't want to go out all the time. I don't want to drink. I don't want to be ratchet. Sorry.
Well, yeah. I'm just, again, I'm going to say I'm so glad that you were able to have the mental strength to get out of the situation because it could have ended badly. And I'm just hope. And you know what? Guess what? He is going to, in my head, I think of people that do stuff like that. They're not going to live a happy life.
Well, and that's what I said. Like my job was to forgive myself, not even to forgive him. I don't even care. They tell you, oh, forgive the other person. That forgive yourself, move on, stay present. And let go.
And I'm sorry, I don't believe that he will live a happy life.
There's things I will never even repeat. They're so terrible that when I repeated them to my best friend, they were like, I understand why you're the way you are. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why these girls are so angry because I don't know their story. But you should be careful on who you project it onto because you don't know their story, how they're going to react.
Exactly.
Because you don't know what the fuck I've been doing. I'm telling you, I'm gonna end up being on Snap the next time if a guy ever puts his hands on me. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah. I mean, as you should. Hopefully, God, I hope that never happens again. But it's just crazy how people will talk shit about a fucking TV show, you know, online. But it's like there's so much more important things and terrible things in the world that are happening, and you're
why not maybe ask what's going on? What's this girls when we get arrested? Why don't you find out what's going on with us while we were drinking and acting reckless? Why don't we do that? Well, everybody doesn't feel like Demi Lovato. Bad girls need fucking help too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need support too.
Yeah.
They just want to hold you into this bad girl title. And it's just like, first of all, me, I'm not just a bad girl. I'm very multi-layered. If you want to be just a bad girl, be just a bad girl. But then, I don't know. People, I don't want to be stereotyped like that.
Yeah, you like a 7-layer bean dip. Like, you're not just a 2-layer.
You're right. You want a little taste?
All right, I want to get on a little bit more of a positive note. We got a little sappy, but I'm glad.
No, I'm so comfortable talking to you too. But like, this is when we chatted a few times before. Yeah. And there's always been a few times where I get back on IG and I have the following that comes, and you know, people wanted me to do an interview, and I've never been ready, and it's just so funny. But like, I've always felt like I was gonna do one with you, so I'm glad. Full circle. We came back.
I mean, you know, this isn't gonna be. We're gonna be talking probably more from now on. And
for sure.
But I have a little game that I want to play that I do with all the girls that I interview. So with everything that went on with the show, if you were to film Bad Girls Club today, what is one thing that you would say to each girl individually? And I'm gonna go.
But knowing them, knowing who they are already.
Knowing them, yeah. Start with Paula.
Okay. Hey, how you doing? Can you do my hair? You look amazing.
Okay. How about Janae?
Hey, you look amazing. Let's have some seltzers. With your mom now. You look beautiful. Your skin's glowing. I like to stay present, so like I'm probably gonna be cool with everybody.
Okay, I love me some seltzers.
Yeah.
Her family's cute. She looks really good.
Yeah, I like when you're like the couple matches.
How about Shannon?
I would say honestly I would be mad hyped to see her. I don't know why, but I would be hopeful that she wouldn't be like Rocky's butt, I guess. So I guess I would be high and bye. I feel like where it would be more of like sounds, like you know. I wouldn't really say much. I'd probably give her a hug.
Do you have any advice for the girls that we've talked about so far?
No, they're grown-ass women. They know what they're doing. They all seem successful, those three, at least from what I've seen.
Okay. How about Stephanie?
I'd be like, stay away from me, sucia.
Any advice for her?
Keep my name out your fucking mouth.
Oof.
Or pray you never see me. But stay 6 feet. You practice social distancing away from me. Like, I wouldn't want to be near her. Like, I know I would pop off.
Yeah, I saw the altercation.
Isn't her baby daddy some old dude? Like, some really, really old, like, not good-looking dude?
Ooh, I don't know.
Am I talking so much shit? Or am I speaking facts?
No.
I'm just saying, like, it's always bitches that talk shit about me that's like, yeah, you really should look at yourself. So I'm pretty sure, like, she was like, that was like a gold digging move and it wasn't the best move or whatever. Let me not talk about people's loved ones. All right, anyway, petty, next.
Okay, next is Rocky. What would you say to her?
I would say nothing. She don't deserve a word.
Ooh, no advice?
No, she don't deserve a word from me. I would like pretend like it wasn't even there. Like, yeah. Like if she came and said hi, I would turn and walk away.
How about your best friend Valentina?
We wouldn't be in the same room.
I don't care.
I'll say forever. Forever.
She has changed a lot.
Good for her. But you gotta be careful what you do in your past because it follows you. So I'll say forever.
Any advice for her?
Don't be like, just don't stay away from me. It's funny because I remember it was like a few years after, and like people I know from like Brooklyn or Queens, and they were like it was trash. We were talking mad shit to her. Like I know she didn't have it easy after the show either, But again, like I'm sure people have their experience with that person. We all got light and dark in us. Some more dark, some more light. She might be fucking light and shooting stars and rainbows to you. To me, she is not. To me, I shoot rainbows out of my ass most of the time. To some people, I'm straight, not that. For me, that's not her. So no.
Okay. Alicia.
I feel like I hope you're not still a fake bitch. I would be petty. I'd be like, I hope you're still not a fake bitch. I hope what you're promoting is real and not being a fake bitch since I met you and you were a super fake bitch.
Ooh.
And your brother's ugly. Nobody want him anyway.
Yeah, that was what I was getting at when it came about your thoughts on her brother after you saw when you watched back.
And I have no problem. I'm like, I'll be with you. I'm a hard 6'7", but I clean up to an 8.5, and my personality is a 13. So me, I round me up to like an 8. You can't compare. Me, that's not even like. I literally was like, yo, she was trying to play me for that. Like, no. And no shade to him, but like, you're not gonna try to play me. So if you're gonna try to play me, I'm gonna tell you the truth. No, it's not attractive. And again, I flirted not knowing what he looked like. So
right, you were joking.
This was years ago. Maybe it was married with kids. Who knows now? But I'm just saying, like, that bitch needs to humble herself. I know people like to think that their kids are the cutest or their siblings are cute. And so, sometimes that's not a fact. That's just your feelings because you love them.
Yo, I'll be saying that all the time. I'm like, all these people that be posting the baby sometimes, and I'm like, please stop, because I don't want to be mean.
I don't want to be mean. That's why I'm scared to have a baby, because I have been mean, and I don't want the karma.
Like, your baby just looked like a potato with eyes.
Sometimes that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I've seen people post their siblings, or even like, oh, my mom's aging. No, she's not. No, she's not. She looks like a prune, not a grape. Like, don't. But you gotta be nice. You just like it.
Yeah, you gotta just no. There are some people that just post their kids and stuff too much to the point where I have to mute them on Instagram, and I don't see the posts anymore. Like,
listen,
I still follow.
I don't have kids, so like for me, it's like I don't get that sensitive. I will talk shit about someone's kids.
Yeah. Second to last is Nancy.
Ooh. I hate to say this, but I remember people roasting her because she had like a butterscotch tooth. Like
butterscotch tooth. I'm dead.
Like I just remember that being a thing. Like people were roasting her, but she was like a cute girl, and then she was like mad fake, right? I'm like smashed Alicia's boo or something. She was like that's the kind of girl you don't leave around your man.
Yeah.
But I don't know her. I know she tried to pop off on Twitter like after a reunion, but it's like I never ever talked to you. I don't know you. Like I literally forgot your name till today.
And then your other BFF, Jen.
I heard she like I seen an interview where she ran her mouth on me, and I like didn't even comment on it because she was like, yeah, everybody knows Nicky's crazy. Yeah, bitch, I'm the fun kind of crazy. You're the fucking slash your tire kind of crazy. You're the kind of baby mama crazy. You're the kind of crazy people don't want to be around. I'm the fun crazy. So yeah, I am crazy.
There we go.
So I mean, again, I hope she got what she wanted out of it because I know she didn't have the easiest life. So, but you were in my box. So,
based on what the clips that you saw of her on the show, do you have any advice for her?
You shouldn't step in people's faces. You never know who's gonna pop off. Like, there's always someone bigger and badder than you. I swear. Girls swear like you might be the baddest bitch where you're from, but I promise you, there's someone that's gonna give you a run for your money. Always someone prettier. Always someone that can fight better. Always someone with a better body. Always someone that's funny. There's always so like she needed an ego check, and I gave it to her with my hands. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
as I said, like I'm very spiritual, but if I need these hands to be spiritual, they will be to the spirits. You know what I'm saying?
This has been a long one, but before I let you go, I want to be able
because I gotta go pee pee. I gotta use the bathroom.
I know. I gotta let you give your social media. I know you don't do much, but give people your Instagram if you want them to follow.
Okay. So my thing is Nizza. All right. So hear me out. You guys know I like pizza, right?
Mm-hmm. Same.
Pizza is spelled Pizza. Nizza is just Ni. It's just pizza with an N, but it's pronounced different. And then so my thing is Nizza. It's like my artist name. So Nizza 1111. That's my ID. So I'm not gonna change that. So people will actually find me. but I'll probably be posting more on TikTok and just sharing it.
Okay.
Because, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to be on TikTok doing...
Now, do your music on there.
I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be like doing freestyles and probably talking more about mental health stuff and maybe talking shit.
You will get a big following for talking about the mental health stuff on
well,
there.
It's not even about the following. And it's funny because, like, I have gotten on TikTok and I have got a little bit of following for the few posts I have. But again, like, I hate to say, but there's a certain type of following I don't want.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That'll be a good following.
Yeah, I have a lot to say. And when I tell you, all I do is, like, plant-based. Like, I've been going to school for agriculture. So it's like everything I do, I try to find an alternative to kind of alleviate any symptoms, even like cramps. You know what I mean? So for me, I just know that a lot of people have struggled with finding medication.
Yeah.
Medication didn't work for me. It didn't work because having BPD and mood disorder, there's no medication for it. It's only therapy, like a specialized therapy. That's why it's not paid for insurance. Yeah. And that's why I want to say, you know what? When I found out from following a TikTok girl in Canada that her DBT is ongoing for the rest of her life because it's a lifelong thing for free, and she gets the books for free, I'm like, yo, I'm moving to Canada. No, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to start posting on TikTok. But it's funny because I posted a couple things about herbal medicines and I got shadow banned for like a month. So I got to be careful how I word things.
Okay. Well,
but
I mean... See, look at this. Like, someone from Bad Girls Club can literally change everything into a positive. And I'm happy that you are portraying something other and putting something out in the world other than just negativity. And, like, some of these people are years later, like, in their late 30s and 40s, where it's like, come on, just chill.
Well, and that's the thing. And everyone is on their own journey. You have your own thing. But, like, for me, like, if I feel like I'm going to be connected to something still and we don't align and I'm doing the same thing, sorry, I'm going to call you fucking out.
Yeah. I mean, look, I like the entertainment, you know, the fighting on TV and shit, but I'm a little bit older too. I'm 27 now.
No, so I still fight. I fought a week ago. The girl wanted to be friends with Bad Girls Club from Nicky. Ooh. You got beat up from Bad Girls Club from Nicky. But guess what? I tried to be a friend for 4 months to where the cops, people were clapping when I hit him. Like, I try, and I tell my friends this, I try to avoid problems at all costs. Doesn't mean I'm not going to get into a situation where I have to defend myself. And
you still take it there.
And unfortunately, I don't know why my energies, I've always found there's always girls that try me. Yeah. Always girls that try me.
Yeah. You know there are always people that are going to just get a rise out of you. But
well, at least... being in New York City. Like, one time I was on the train, this is 2-3 years ago. This woman was going around. I knew she was going to hit somebody, and she chose me. So I got up and I punched her in the face. Everybody clapped. Did I look for that, or did that come to me? So this I always say, I was like, I hate to say it, but like, I need to find a shaman. I need to cleanse. Like, I don't know why I get into these situations. I'm not saying, just because you fight doesn't mean you're a bad person or a bad girl or a bad guy. Half the people that fight are looking for trouble and probably can't fight.
No, that was you defending yourself, so it's not like you.
But anytime I feel, that's what I'm saying. So for me, my fright, when I see that, like, you're crossing the line, I feel like it's fight or flight. And for me, it's fight.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Now it's flight because I think I'm gonna see the cops.
Well, especially with what you've been through. I mean, it's literally like a trigger.
Well, I have diagnosed PTSD, and it's like there's a lot of ways to get that.
Yeah.
So even I didn't think I had it until, like, I went through a lot of therapy, and they were like, "Oh, you have," and then I started getting treated for that, and I was able to go through trauma therapy, and it's like I realized a lot of my behaviors, why I do things. So once you realize that, you're able to check yourself and be more aware. So no, I'm nowhere near being done with fixing myself and my shadow work, but I'm working on it, and I elevate every day. So I don't understand how other people could say they do that, but then they're putting something else out. And that's why I felt like, fake rich. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of girls acting like, oh, I've changed. I'm spiritual. I'm a life coach. But then you're still behaving or acting this way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about that. I think you're doing it for the clout.
Hoping that the fans will keep in touch with you and not be negative.
Well, you'll keep in touch with me, and I'll keep in touch with you.
Of course I will, yeah. Of course I will. We're gonna link up one day. So we're not that
Yeah.
far from each other. Oh well, you said
No.
Florida now, right? You said you're just gonna be coming down to
Yeah,
New
but
York.
I travel a lot. I have a pretty great job where I can like go places. So I'm planning to go to New York again. I want to go to Virginia Beach. I went to high school for a little bit in Virginia Beach. I love it. I want to go to the Carolinas. I'm trying to do like a road trip.
Ooh,
We'll see.
that sounds like fun. Oh, I wish I could take the time off. I'd be like that. That
Well,
sounds
we're
like
seeing. I might, if I go to Virginia, I might do a little show. That's what I'm trying to set up. One of my first shows.
well, you know, I'm a videographer, so I can help you out.
I
with
know
that.
I have a lot of connections, and that's what I'm saying. It for me. It was more about timing to put it out, but yeah, I think people gotta understand. I'm very alternative. Like I used to have a lot of piercings. I had huge stretched lobes. I got surgery right before the show, so like my rap is more alternative rap.
Okay.
You
Well,
know what
I'm
I
excited
mean?
for people to hear that. And I know, by the way, I'm sorry I kept you so long. This has been a really
What
long.
you mean? I haven't got a text back from a boy. You gave me a lot of energy. I like it. You know, a lot of attention. I love it. I love it. Time was great.
Thank you so much for doing this, and I'm excited.
I
For
hope I wasn't like mean. Was I mean about anything? Because I'm sorry, like people, because like hear me out. People gotta understand. I'm human. I'm gonna have feelings. I watch shit and I laugh at people and I judge. I'm not saying it's right, but try to think like most of my opinions are either based on something and they're gonna be passionate, or it's more of a joke. And I think shit's funny. People gotta stop being so sensitive. Straight the fuck up. And if you look terrible, I might say you look terrible. When I look terrible, people said it.
just being honest.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Sometimes people gotta hear it.
If I look terrible.
Some people gotta hear it.
Yeah.
I saw myself, you know what I did? I got a trainer. I went to the gym for a couple of years, changed my whole lifestyle around diet-wise.
That's good.
And shout out to all the girls that are, you guys are queens. Stop changing your shades.
I know, right?
I sue all you guys. Like, stop with the hyaluronic acid. Stop.
I totally agree. But guys, be sure to follow Nicky on her Instagram, follow Formation Productions on Instagram, and follow me at Don't Touch My Hair. Y'all got to subscribe to our YouTube. This is where all the interviews go on, and we have a lot more coming up, so stay tuned. And Nicky, I just wanted to thank you again so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being so dope and not being too like obnoxious or invasive. I know I could be a little bit annoying and sidetracked, so you were great. Thank you.
You are not obnoxious at all. I love you.
I'm a little annoying.
Not to me. I feel like I'm annoying it sometimes. So
no, it was great. I felt like I was talking to a friend, Susan, and then you let me smoke on this. I wasn't sure if I could.
Interview about you. I don't care what you do or what you say.
Oh, I am Queen Latifah. I am a cannabis queen. I'm building my empire over here. But yeah,
how am I going to tell you what not to do in your home?
All right. Well, I'm gonna send you good vibes. Take them.
You too. Right. I'm taking them. I'm sending them to you too. But thank you so much. I'm gonna talk to you soon. Okay.
Good night, Dream Sweet. All right, we'll be in touch.
Everything. Have a good night.
All right. Email me tomorrow. Text me whatever you need from me. If you do, if not, please make me look good. Kind of like tan me up a little bit with the filters.
We got you.
All right. Bye.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye. Hey everyone, before we go, my team and I thought it would be a really cool idea to give you the opportunity to receive a shout out on our channel if you're interested. If you are interested in either having a shout out from either myself or one of the people that we interview on this channel, we are accepting donations to make that happen. And here's how it's going to go. For just $5, we will shout out your username or name on screen with just text. For $10, I will personally give you a verbal shout out and message. For $15, the person whom we're interviewing will give you a verbal shout out. For $20, you can submit your work, music, or anything else that you'd like to promote on this channel as an ad. All right, so pay attention to this part very carefully. To make a donation, send an email to maherahmed2012@yahoo.com with your name, contact information, a screenshot of your Venmo donation to the username @MaherAhmed, and what kind of shout out you'd like or content you want to advertise. As always, I want to thank you guys again so much for supporting this channel. Please know that any donations that you send are going towards making new content to enhance our channel and to bring you more entertaining videos.